hate you. Okay, YouTube has spoken. I have no choice in the matter but to leave my camera just like this, which is unfortunate. Anyway, hello, welcome to my channel. If you've not been here before, I dropped a light. Man, you know, if anybody out there just wants to come in and like help me organize my life, feel free to stop on by, okay? I'll give you my address. Okay, guys, so welcome to my channel. My name is Vanessa. My channel name is Hot Mess Nest because I am a hot mess all the time. Sometimes I clean up nicely. So today what I am doing is because I tried to film at like 2:30 in the morning and I have issues. So I am using these two new to me palettes. They're both indie brands. If you've watched anything from my channel before, you see that I have a love of indie. And that's because it goes to a human for the most part, you know what I mean? Like somebody out there has decided that they were going to start a business and they were going to create something. And I just love putting money back in to our local, you know what I mean? Like real people. Real people get my money. So I like that. Anywho, we are going to play with these two palettes. I have not used them. This one I just got in the mail. This one I did like live swatches on my channel, but I haven't actually used it. So I want to see how they perform. If you're familiar with the Zulu, it is very bold. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matte shades, and the rest are the standard Juvia's Place. Like they have a thick foil. If you're not familiar with Juvia's Place, it's like very thick in their formula. I like that because they're really pigmented. The only issue sometimes if you drop your iPhone on the ground. Excuse me as I choke to death on nothing. The only issue with that is sometimes for me, because I'm older, they can sit in my creases. Do they have a surgery for that, like an eyelid tightening surgery? Because if they do, I'm going to sign up for it. So, oh, I should show you the KG Beauty. So, because I'm an Instagram junkie for all things that are indie, I found this one online. Now, I didn't know the pans were going to be this size. They're pretty small, but it was like $40, $35. I think it's sold out. They've restocked. This is the only product that this brand makes. The palette is cute. I mean, it's very kind of cheapy. Like you can see where the paper has been like glued on. So for the price point, I'm kind of like, and so far, because I did try to film last night, I used the shade Sienna and the matte was okay, but I kept trying just to swatch the shade Kelp. And granted, swatches are not the end-all be-all. We all know that. You can swatch something and it still be good, but I got like no pigmentation. This is not fake swatching. I know like people are doing that with like the Jaclyn Hill palette. That was me like kind of digging in and me pushing on my skin, and if I push, then I get some pigment. So I'm hoping that this palette isn't a complete. And as far as the matte or the shimmer shades, like this foil shade, very pigmented, not as thick as the Juvia's Place, so it actually performed nicely on the lid because I did try to film last night. Really nice and smooth, but then her other shades that are in between, they're like kind of a satin. I guess they'd be satin. They were okay. They were okay. So I might do a review and full swatches on this baby later. I don't know. So I think I need to stay off of Instagram because I buy this stuff and sometimes I'm like, and sometimes it's incredible. So I'm going to start by priming my lids. If I suddenly decide to get off of here, it's because my daughter's coming back from Vegas and she should be home in an hour, and I miss her so much and I'm so excited. So I'm just using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Primer, whatever. I have been a long fan of, what was the one, like the matte painterly paint pots, and I have loved those. And I don't know if it's the weather or what, but it's getting a little too creasy in the eyeballs, you know? It's the lids, you get older, things happen. It makes me sad. Like, I shouldn't be sad about getting older. Hi, girl. Where did I find this on IG? I follow a couple of different people that are really into the indie. One of them is Angela Mary Tanner. She's got a blog called ourbeautycult.com, and she does Instagram posts. Hers is literally Angela Mary Tanner, and she shares the blog with ColourPop Cult. Both girls do different reviews both on their Instagrams, and then they share the blog together. So I find a lot of indie from them. The good, like every time I get something from something they recommend, it's been good. The other person that I follow, her Instagram, I believe, is Bewitch, and her YouTube is Brenda Couture. But I'll definitely leave that. And she does a lot of indie stuff, and she was who I saw the swatches on this. And I don't think she did a review. She didn't say it was bad or good. She just showed the swatches and the palette. So those are two of the main ones. I mean, I follow Trend Mood, but Trend Mood posts everything, and she doesn't do a lot of indie, because I was blowing her up about Looksy Beauty, because Looksy did an amazing highlighter, and all of the proceeds went to a little boy with cancer. And I was so moved by the cause that, like, I literally kept sending all the information to Trend Mood so she would post it. And I did it multiple times, and she would communicate with me, and she's like, oh, I'll check it out, and then she didn't post it. And I was like, there no money involved with you? Is that why you won't post this? Because it's a beautiful highlighter, and it's freaking makeup for a cause, you know? So that kind of blew me a little bit. She'll post indies that she wants to post about, and I will tell her about things. And I know she gets a lot on her page, but there's money to be made everywhere, and some people, you kind of see it, if that makes sense. But on the flip side, I have asked Trend Mood to swatch things for me, and she has, but she's always very careful how she words things, because I wanted to know if the Kylie wet set was similar to the ColourPop Super Shocks, because the Kylie set is $60 for like creamy bouncy highlight, which looked like so much fun, but it's $60 and it's a highlighter from Kylie. It's an indie brand, and I feel like you shouldn't be an indie brand and come right out the gate like that, I guess, unless you're Kylie. So when I tried to do a little look with this palette, the first thing I went in with was this shade Sienna, and I feel like it was too orange, so I have to pull from something else. So I'm just gonna take from the Naked Heat, and I will be using the shade Chaser, which is this. I need something in the transition. I'll mix it a little with Ounce. Is anybody else offended by their drug names? It doesn't bother me. I don't really care. I know a lot of people are like, oh, Urban Decay and your drug names. Teach your kids right, you know? And if they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it. At least teach them how to be safe, right? So I'm just gonna build up and set all of my concealer or my primer and all that jazz with this. I was totally trying to use my son's iPad. I kept trying to get on with this, and it kept like kicking me out or giving me nothing. I know, but Urban Decay is supposed to be like edgy, so I guess that's why they feel the need to have like drug type names. Edgy, whatever. So a little bit more just in the crease, because I mixed the two colors. And does anybody know how you go live on other devices? Like, I would go live on my computer, but I would think that that would be not good. Not good. Okay, so as you can see, there are some really, really bright shades here and some not as bright shades here. So we're gonna use Sienna and try to make something out of this. I feel like I don't know how to get my life not crazy. This is a Wayne Goss 17. Does anybody else think like it's kind of crazy how much the beauty gurus will push like an insane product price like the Natasha Denona shadows and then they dip in with a Morphe brush. And I own a lot of Morphe brushes. I have no problems with them. Some are okay, some are better than others. And I just think, come on, you guys, you can't tell. Sorry about the beep. My phone is actually on my son's iPad, and I'm too lazy to move it. So hopefully he doesn't get too many notifications. So this shade's going on okay. I don't have any qualms with it. I'm telling you, like, indie makeup, you really, I mean, it's like anything. You do your research on, that's how I do anything that I buy now. I watch the big guys first because they have like better quality videos, so you can usually see swatches pretty good. But I take it with a grain of salt, especially if it's a YouTube collab, because I know that they're going to be supportive of their friends. It's the same thing. Like, if one of my friends puts out a YouTube video, like, I'm going to be kind. It's just, I'm not going to rip them apart. So say if somebody from my little beauty group came out with a product, I mean, unless it was just god awful, but then I probably wouldn't review it. You know what I mean? So when I want to look into doing any kind of a new product, and I'm kind of on the fence, because let's be real, a lot of us have a lot of makeup. I will watch the big guys first because their quality is usually really good on their videos, and get a feel for like the colors. And then what I'll do is start watching the smaller guys. And then I'll go from there and decide if I want to get something. But I hate that so many things are limited to online, so you can't swatch before you buy. Or it was like the Sweet Peach palette. It's like you could only get it online because I waited in line. And I got to a store and they sold 5 of them, and I was the next person in line, but they let the person in front of me buy 2. So, and then I don't even like that palette. I used it on my channel because somebody else had it and it was a collab. Okay, so I'm gonna try the orange from the Juvia's Place, and I'm gonna keep with the same brush. I really don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to use a little bit of each one. I saw a review on this palette and someone was saying that the mattes weren't good. So that's, you know, just trying it out. I wish Urban Decay would come out with an Electric 2 palette, or maybe redo that rainbow palette that they had made with like really good stand-alone shades. Like, redo the full spectrum but make it a permanent palette, because when something's permanent, it's not limited edition, people can return it and feedback is taken, you know. That's why the Anastasia Modern Renaissance is so good, because it's a permanent palette, and so they have to constantly make sure. If you watch like Norvina's snaps, she talks about how like when they'll get a new batch in, she'll test it out before they go out. She'll get like lab samples, I guess. So that's how I would love Urban Decay to come out with a really good colorful palette that is like true rainbows that are good, because I had that Spectrum palette and it was okay. But I wanted BAM, but blendable BAM. And that's the thing, is the Juvia's Place palettes are usually BAM, but I don't know how they blend, you know. The shimmers are amazing, but okay, so I have somehow decided that I was gonna go with a lot of orange. And this is building really nice. So, I mean, like this, how much was this palette? Like $18, something like that. I actually am in process of depotting all of my Juvia's Place palettes so I can have them all in one palette, and I'm pretty excited about that. But I think I have grown adult ADD because I can't ever finish a project all at once. I mean, sorry, you shouldn't be allowed to like be interrupted in your video because someone wants to call you. That was rude, internet. Okay, so I did the orange shade. Now let's take a smaller one and we'll go in with this pink. Let's try that, shall we? Let's find some brushes. I am in one of my son's rooms, and I've kind of taken over this room because My boyfriend needs an office to work out of. So we kicked all the boys into one room. I'm a terrible parent. Because they all hang out with each other all the time anyway. It's like, why are we giving up space? So I thought, oh, I'll make this into like my filming area, and then he can have the desk area, but I still have to like break down lights. So smaller brush. This is the 20. I want the 19. Let me find the 19, peeps. Where's the 19? Of course, I'm not going to be able to find it. There it is. Okay, 19. And I'm dipping into the pink. The other thing about this Juvia's Place palette is there's no names on it. So you're like, that kind of sucks. So I'm going to just go into the corner here and work my way over. Try to avoid getting it everywhere. Oh, you're so funny. Girl, I'm old. Like, let's break it down to my makeup journey, okay? When I always wanted to be an actress when I grew up. That was what I was going to be. No, nothing else was going to stop me. And then life happens, you know? I was one of those people, I worked really, really hard at it for a while, and then I get burnt out and kind of sidetracked. And I think that's kind of what happens with everybody's dreams. We sit there, and if we had a calendar, like if somebody said, hey girl, you're gonna make it, but it's gonna be 6 long years, then we would be like, okay, I'm at year number 4, I'm gonna keep going, and it'll happen, right? So then I would get tired, you know, like I was sending out all of these pictures and my headshots and resumes and taking classes and doing a lot of extra work on top of having to have a job and all those things. So then I ended up getting married young. I got pregnant right away, and I ended up getting my job as a blackjack dealer. Well, we won't go into the story about how all of that ended, but I ended up being a stay-at-home mom for about 6 years. So I didn't have extra money for makeup. Now before, when I was doing all the acting stuff, I literally was going to go to the makeup studio that was at Paramount Studios. I thought, well, you know what? At least I can be in the industry and I can do makeup and, you know, I'd still get to know the people. Well, I was told against that. Like there was managers and people that were like, they'll never take you serious as an actress if you're the makeup artist. So I didn't do it. And it's ironic that here I've come full circle and now that's my passion. But after not working for all of that time, every year during tax season, I would go back. I'm going to take this Wayne 04 and back with a little bit of the orange because the pink is kind of lost it. So every year at tax season, tax time when I would get a refund, I would go and I would spend a butt ton of money and re-up on my MAC. And I felt good about that and I missed it and I loved it. But I couldn't afford to do all of that stuff all the time. I mostly used drugstore, but I didn't really play with it like I wanted to. Now I need a clean brush because that's uber pigmented. Let's see. This is a Morphe M502. So anyway, long story short, my ex lost his job. I had to go back to work. And along the way to my job, my new job as a dealer in a much smaller casino, I didn't go back to the original place that I now deal at. There was an Ulta. And because I was working, I couldn't do theater like I was before. I was doing shows, I was creating, I was producing, I was a judge for local theater things where we would submit. It was called ITLs, and once a year you'd get awards and stuff. So I'm gonna try this purple now. And I'm gonna move this light because I feel like I've lost a lot of the light. I don't know what happened. Yeah, you're getting lit from the side. Anyway, so I discovered Ulta, and because I couldn't do theater, I justified my spending as okay because, well, I can't do theater anymore and this is a means of expression. And it was ridiculous. I mean, you don't even know. It was bad. I would go after work and just walk around. I knew all the employees. They knew my voice when I would call. Like, oh, hi, Vanessa, we got the new Tarte blah, blah, blah in. Or the one assistant manager would call me. And she's like, oh, we got 5 new releases. I put all the palettes aside for you. bad. That's not good when you're going back to work. But to me, it was like, okay, now I have something for my creativity. Well, then it just became, now I have all this makeup. Now what? What the heck do I do now with all of this stuff? So I thought, you know, I'll start a YouTube channel. But the market is so filled with creators, and like my first video was awful, and my videos are still like, they need some help. But I wish I had plugged this in the correct way. Sorry guys, I feel like you're not getting any of the, did I break it? Wow, Vanessa, wow. Oh, you just unplugged it, dummy. Sorry guys. Oh yeah, no, you broke it. I broke the light. It's, you know, spend the money, buy the right thing. All right, well, this is what we're dealing with now. That's what I get for messing around right in the middle of what I was doing. So now we're kind of in the dark. This sucks. Maybe I can rotate you this way and we'll catch some of the natural light. Anyway, so, you know, I made a video, I put it away, I made a video, and each time I feel like I learned something, and at the end of the day, I am creating again. And that's really what it comes down to. Would I love to do this full time? Yes. I mean, like, I need a ring light. Like, the light that I have right now, it sucks. But, you know, a little at a time. There are 5 kids that take precedence over a new ring light. So I think I was gonna go in, I did the purple. This purple is not as pigmented, like it's probably a good thing, because you know if you put purple on and it just kind of smudges out, but it kind of just looks like I did more pink. So back to the purple. Anyway, I don't think this palette is bad. The Zulu, whoever was like freaking out on Juvia's place for this palette, maybe just wanted more reviews. You know, you give like a bad review and everyone watches your channel. And that's the other thing, like maybe because I'm older, I don't want to say too old, but I'm older. So I don't see the point in like clickbait. I mean, to some extent, yeah, you need people to click on your videos. So yeah, that makes sense. But some of the stuff, just so that way people will see you. Remember, whatever you're doing is how you're branding yourself. And do I want to brand myself as the person that, you know, is constantly trashing on Jeffree Star or constantly negative? Sorry, I'm dropping crap like left and right. I thought I had my life together. I was like, oh, I'm going to do this way and this way. And then I'm going to drop you guys on the floor. Just needed a little more light. You can't see anything. Hope I'm done with that. Oh. Sucks. It's white light. I have to show you guys. Okay, so this is a macro light. And I put wax paper on top of it. And it worked for me for a while I was, you know, someday I'll get a ring light. And then I always put it off. So, and then I just broke a light out of the other thing. I say if you're still editing your first video, holy crap. Anybody watches this, like I'll send you $1 at the end of it because I probably just made you sick. If you are doing your first stuff, don't be so hard on yourself and don't compare yourself to anybody else, because at the end of the day, that's all you have to compare yourself to. You know, you can't be like, oh, my video doesn't look like Jaclyn Hill. Well, guess what, babe? No matter what you have, what equipment you have, what things you have, you're not going to be her. And that's good because you're you. Like, why would you want to be them? They have their own sets of issues. Have your own set of issues, you know? Okay, I feel like I'm getting a little muddy under here, so I'm just cleaning up. And then I think I'll go in with like the rainbow colors. What do you think? My eyes are going darkness. You know, I have so much good stuff to film too, and now I'm down a light bulb, and I don't know where to get like studio light bulbs except through Amazon. But I got the entire Jeffree Star Chrome collection, so I want to do a whole swatch video, and then I have a big giveaway. Like, I'm giving away the whole collection. But, and it was an accident too. but maybe I'll get into that another time. But anyway, I'm gonna give away the whole collection, but I'm thinking instead of giving it just to one person, to split it up. So maybe somebody gets the liquid lipsticks, somebody gets the regular lipsticks, and then one highlighter for each person. So 4 people can win. What do you guys think? Do you think that's a good idea? Because, I mean, you got a pretty good chance to win. I don't have a lot of subscribers. All right, so let's move on to the lid space, okay? I'm going to take a MAC 242. So my whole point in all that stuff that I just shared is that it took a long time to get what I have as far as makeup collection goes. And then some of it's so unnecessary. If you have your staples and then products like with brands that you love, sometimes it's best to stick to that because then they don't disappoint you, you know? So I'm gonna take this blue shade Vitamin C, and if I didn't buy all this stuff, I could probably go on a vacation. Which would be that nice. This shade in the pan, to me, I thought it was a foiled shade, but it's more like a satin. So I'm gonna just pack that on top of the blue part. Like, see how I did the purple and whatever. On my camera, this is kind of exactly what I did, and it was really vibrant and pretty. Girl, you just enter the giveaway, it'll be easy. I'm gonna use Gleamo, because that's what Alyssa Liu said to use. She said that way you can make sure that people don't like subscribe and then unsubscribe just to win. I'm not about that life. If I come closer, you can see all my pores and wrinkles. But I'm doing it. I'm coming closer because you asked me to. So I'm packing just this, and because I don't have a lot of lid space, I try to keep it under my crease, because then I start getting that weird, you know. I wish I had a lot of lid space. You know how people are like, oh, I wish I had bigger this or smaller that. I'm like, I want more lid space so I can make more. So it's a little patchy and funky, but that's okay. We're gonna put more stuff on top of it. So this shade is from the Zulu, no name, and this one is Aquamarine from the other one. So I'm gonna use, which one's lighter? I'm gonna use this one first from the Mermaid one on top, and then we'll use a little Zulu on the inner corner. So we've kind of just ended up having this rainbow madness happening right now. It's cool. So yeah, didn't I say that? Okay, so I'm lazy and I'm flipping my brush over and I'm using the Aquamarine. I know they are really pretty, huh? But I feel like if you do your research, sometimes you can find all of the same things. You don't have to buy all this crap because some of it's wasted. You know, you're not going to use it all. I also think if you guys ever did something like this, do your foundation last. I'm definitely getting a little fallout. And I don't like to go on camera without my foundation. I'd rather try to fix it. Okay, so I'm kind of blending on top of the blue, but then going back over. A little bit in the corner because I'm gonna put something else on top of that. Okay, and then now I'm gonna take the Zulu blue, same brush, and just hit it here. The Juvia's Place eyeshadows, the foiled ones, I think that they perform better with a finger. But I have super long nails, so you know, it's okay to just tug at the eye a little bit. Actually, you're not supposed to do that. Don't do what I do. I think it's pretty. I wanted to try out that green for the lower part, the one that I thought was problematic, but I'm not going to. I think instead, I'm gonna brush off my eyeball. Can I see what's underneath here? No, I cannot. I'm gonna brush off with my powder, which is in my lap. I'm telling you, I don't know why people do so many extra steps. It's like, dude, just take your powder and fix this. Take your powder. And I can make it as up as I want. Looks like this side's a little more orange. I do wet my brush a lot of the time if I want it more foiled, but it's the same thing because I am getting older. Sometimes when it dries, it looks like weirdly crinkled. So if a shadow is good like this, I'll leave it, or I'll use like Inglot Duraliner. It's that liquid. It's pretty cheap. It's really easy to like get a nice foiled, and then the crab don't move. So I'm just gonna use some black liner and do the upper part. And a little down here. I'm not gonna go all the way into my eyeball because my eyeball is red as crap. Next time I do something like this, I'll try to get it together, guys, I promise. Can't find my eyelash curler, so. And I don't have very much eyelash. And then, one of our girls in our group, that the Inglot, it's actually just a clear liquid. I just use the liquid, and you can use it to make anything a liner. But I use it kind of like as a base with like glitters and stuff. So this is that new mascara everybody's talking about, the Lash Paradise. I think that the one from Too Faced is okay, but that jar would dry out like crazy. So if I was gonna go out and tell you guys like, oh, you can get one of these indie palettes, I would go with the Juvia's Place. I don't see any problems with these shades. I mean, like my lighting is crap right now, so they don't look as vibrant on camera, being that I just broke a light. And you know what? To me, mascara is mascara. I like the Tarte mascara because it's the more like separation on my thing, the better. But I wear falsies. Oh, that was awesome. Can somebody decide to make that a thing? Like, let's leave mascara all over our face. Well, while I wait for that little piece to dry, this mascara is not wowing me. It's okay, it's whatever. And this is Jeffree Star's Skin Tight on my uber dry lips. Yeah, I do like the lights camera. What I do is when they have the big sales and stuff, I'll stock up on whatever mascara they have. And I need some gloss too. Okay, let's see if I can scoop away what I just did on my eye. Where is my spoolie? It was right here and now it's not. And I can't blame anybody. You know what? That liner was poking me in the eye. This NYX one is good. Okay, what can I use to clean off my eyeball? I'm about to get ghetto real quick and just use my finger. Let's see, I just found an eraser on the floor. See if I can use that because it doesn't have any product on it. Close enough, whatever. Don't do this. I don't have any baby wipes in front of me, girl. You'd think I would. Okay, being that I just smudged a bunch of crap on my face, I'm gonna just do what I always do. La la la, la la. Okay, so because this is wild and crazy and pink and pretty, let's see if I can move the light over here. I know the light sucks, guys, I know. But it's good. I was gonna put on fake lashes, but I think my daughter's gonna be home any minute, so I'm gonna skip that part. And I feel like I need some gloss on top of this lipstick. It is pretty, huh? I mean, the eyes, not my face. It's pretty. But yeah, Out of what I used from the Juvia's place, I don't see anything wrong with this palette. It's like $18. And look how big these pans are. It's a good palette. The Mermaid one, from what I used, the orange shade was fine. That's okay. This one was nice. I'm gonna have to play with this more, guys. I can't give a full yes or no, like, oh, you should buy this when it restocks. But you can check it out. There's no ingredients on the back. When I got it, it wasn't in a box. It was just like this. So I can't tell you a whole lot, but this is KG Beauty. You can check them out. I can drop someone again. Oh, Lord, this is my life. So after I'm done jerking you guys around, I'm going to turn this crap off, and I'm going to head out just like this. This is it. This is the finished look. This is what I just did. I have to show you. I just broke this light bulb. Can you see it? I'm telling you. Somebody send help for Vanessa right away. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching my little palette play. I will definitely put eyelashes on later, but I gotta get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.